lights out. Feel the twitch in my veins. Carbon fiber blood stain. Telemetry screaming. I'm not just a driver, I'm a weapon. Grip the wheel like a vice. Every apex sacrifice. Brake late, dive deep. I see your fear, it's mine to keep. Burn it down, build the crown. This league don't play, we tear it out. Throttle pulse, no remorse. We race to break the course.
What a race we have in store for us today, with a competitive field ready to do battle once again. Hold on to the edge of your seat, it's time for another Formula One Grand Prix. So here we are once again, ready to go racing through the Ardennes forest. 4.35 miles of long straights, fast corners and massive elevation changes. It makes this not only one of the most exciting circuits on the calendar, but one that makes for some consistently high quality racing as well. Simply put it, there's no place quite like it.
Ladies
evening,
and
everyone.
gentlemen, no, Thunder, I'm
Go
taking
time.
your thought.
You go.
I'm taking
You
your
got
storm. We are here for Spa, round 6, the finale of Division 1. Thunder, over to you, mate. I needed to get it out.
Yeah, we are excited. This is the final race of the season. The championship is up for grabs, and something different for this race is we're doing 100%. Weather has been decided by coin flip and also reverse grid. So you're going to see your championship contenders in Zonix, Mazda, and Sprinter Giggles starting from the back of the pack here at Spa. Should be a ripper race. We're going to give these boys a couple of minutes to get everything sorted before we go, but it is looking chaotic. So, the weather report. I know this has been a hot topic in the chat. So, if you're listening to this stream, the weather report is light rain for the first quarter of this race, and then it looks like it's going to start to clear the skies up a little bit. And then after that, anything goes.
Mate, this is going to be an absolute little treat. I am so excited to watch this. You have got no idea. We've got 3 drivers in the race for the title here. You got Mazda, you got Sprinter, his teammate, and you got Zonix in the back with a little bit of teammate help with Advantage Mercedes in that garage there. But, mate, at the moment, you have to say Sprinter's the favourite, but with the reverse grid, anything is possible. And this 100% race could not be more exciting.
Yeah, and Sprinter has also been known as to be a little bit of a Sprinter bin Laden. So we don't know what's going to happen. And tickets are still going to be happening after this race. Now, the driver briefing, we did go over a little bit of things. This division has been one of the cleanest we've seen here at RMPT F1, and it's been fantastic. But these boys have had a few minutes, so let's go ahead and ready up, and let's send it down into turn 1 before we head up to Eau Rouge. So if these boys they've got their strategy set, they got their tires set, and let's see what happens. It's time to get this race going.
Absolutely, mate. That run down to turn 1 isn't the longest. Straight into the source, the tight right hairpin. It's always a corner for chaos. You've got to make sure you don't get too tight on the inside because there's a wall waiting for you, but you also don't want to drag it too wide because the gravel trap will eat you up alive. Then there'll be the run down to Radion, Eau Rouge, one of the most famous section of corners on the F1 calendar before they hit the long camel straight up the hill, where a toe will be beautiful on lap 1. So, a question for you, Mr. Balls. Is P1 where you want to be on a track like Spa off the start?
I'm going to say yes. Like, it gives you the opportunity to get through it before chaos ensues, back into a little bit of a crazy town situation towards the back of the grid. I will be right back, though, Tyrone. So if you want to take this over.
Absolutely, mate. That is no stress from me, mate, as the drivers are all finalising their setups, their fuels, their this, their that. Hopefully, we're going to get going green soon. So I'm just listening into the radio comms from other teams. They are saying the wet is looking interesting, but it's not as wet as they maybe some were expecting. So strategies are changing as we go, as we speak. Everyone is slightly going crazy as we do. Can we just sit here and wait for the rain to pass, says Dynasty Sparrow. No, we are going racing, my friend. We are going racing as soon as possible. It doesn't matter. You should be able to race in the dry, in the wet. That's what makes Formula One drivers the best at what they do. And that's what's going to show the men from the boys tonight. And I cannot wait to see who's got the nuts, the Thunderballs, to throw it around this Spa Francorchamps track. As here we go to 5. Let's ride. Thunder, all you, mate.
5 lights up. They're out and away we go. Here we go down Spa. Everybody heading gingerly down towards turn 1. Husey is in P1. It's looking semi-clean. Early on the brakes from everybody. Looks to see nobody's going sideways. That's really good to see. Ginger going through there. Doesn't look like any calamity. A little bit of wheel banging, but that's okay. Now we're going to go up through Eau Rouge, one of the scariest portions of Spa. Spa is known historically as one of the deadliest tracks still active in racing today. Nobody decides to go side by side, which is fantastic to see. There's a little bit of a jockey for position. Chidong looks to go up the inside of Husey going into turn 4. Looks really clean, but doesn't get the move done. Here it is. It's a little bit wet. It's going to be wet for a little bit. It's going to be interesting to see what happens when it comes to the pit stops here today, because it's definitely not a one-stopper, is it, Tyrone?
Absolutely not. And everyone has got those inters on. So everyone has gone, the full wets are not needed at this point in time. Spa is one of the only tracks where you can even think about the wet tyres, because we all know how useless they are. But off the start, it's looking pretty smooth sailing for everyone. Sprinter Giggles already up into P9. Zonix riding behind him. Mozza looks like he's dropped off the back just a little bit, but no doubt he'll be looking to make the spots up early on in this race. But you got to remember, 44 laps, maybe doesn't sound like the most, but this track is 7 kilometres long, the longest on the F1 calendar. We'll see lap times, especially in the wet here, pushing almost 2 minutes long. So these drivers are in for an absolute stint.
Yeah, 100%. And, you know, I was just on board with Chidong as they're going through Sector 2. Him and Husey, they are going a little bit crazy lanes through the beginning of Sector 3. Riding the rail, as it said, here at the curbs. And that's causing the car to get mighty loose. It's lap 1, gentlemen. Make sure you stay within those track limits. You do not want to catch penalties early on. That is for certain.
Absolutely.
Going through the bus stop chicane right now, just having a look over the grid. Everything looks really clean. It looks like Zonix is making moves. Zonix is making moves already, but Mazza looking mighty racy. So this front pack of the kick sandwich at the minute with the Merc in the middle is your one to watch. So P9, 10, and 11. These are the boys battling for the championship. They're looking the most to keep this race clean, and it looks like Sprinter Giggles has already lost some wing.
Oh, that is big time news for Sprinter Giggles' absolute championship chances. That is not what he needs, lap 1, as he looks to make the move back past Zonix here. But these three are fighting tooth and nail. It is lap 2, but that little bit of wing damage, he's now got to carry that for 42 more laps if he doesn't get that change, which is a long time to carry that as he runs deep. And I think that wing damage is really, really hurting him.
Yeah, the wing damage and the dirty air in this year's rendition of F1 is really, it changes the way you got to drive the car. When you are less than 3/10 behind the car in front of you and you catch that dirty air going into a turn, it is hard to make it stop. I just want to give a quick shout out. We got Flogging Panda, we got Peanut in the chat. Just want to say hi to you guys. Thanks for watching along. We got Callie. Callie, mate, good luck to you. Thank you for saying good luck to the boys on the grid. We appreciate you. Jetman, the current leader of Division 2 at the minute, and I think he's looking to race on Saturday and maybe seal that division's championship up. So that'll be interesting to see how he goes on Saturday.
Maybe trying to pick up a few little pointers here, just watching the Div 1 race, seeing what happens, seeing what the strategy's like, seeing where the overtakes are being done. But Jetty, I'm sorry to tell you, mate, your race could be a completely different kettle of fish, mate, because the weather can do anything around Spa, mate. So, look, settle down, tune in, have a watch as Mozza makes a move on with here. Oh, side by side through there, that's a brave move. But anything's possible, and Saturday is going to be another fantastic race.
Yeah, here we go up through bus stop. I'm watching this Mazda Whiff battle at the minute, and they're keeping it really clean, and that's something good to see from both Whiff Matif and Mazda You know, it's just something to be said. When cars drive clean, there's just something so poetic about it. It's very, very almost finesse-like, and it's just really good to watch.
Absolutely. They're still going side by side now into the source at the start of lap 3. Moz has managed to hold that one on the outside. Now we go through Eau Rouge into Radion. Such a sketchy couple of corners in the dry, let alone in the wet. Those interties, it'll be a bit of a lift, potentially a break if you haven't got the confidence. And if anyone's willing to go side by side up through there, you have got some serious set of kahunas on you, because that is a brave, brave move. But so far, all 16 of our drivers are still facing the right direction and all very close together still.
Yeah, and you know, you're not wrong. Spa is definitely a difficult track to drive, and it's a difficult track to drive in the wet. And just like Peanut has just said in the chat, how does Mazda do that on controller? I don't know. Mozzarella fingers, he is going really well. And I've also seen that Parsival has joined the stream. He's also in championship contention in Div 2, so him and Jetman throwing it down on Saturday. But yeah, watching these championship contenders here in Division 1 tonight, it's lap 3. They've already made up half of the grid. Let that be known. Like, they've made half the grid in 3 laps. It is looking to be an absolute drag race through this field at the minute.
Absolutely. And look, it's early in the race. We're only on lap 3, but you have to say first punch landed is Mozza. He's broken away from Sprinter and Zonic. Sprinter with that bit of wing damage just seems to be keeping Zonic's behind. So I don't want to say he's playing a team game because the gloves are off. It's the final round. There's no more of this papaya rules, green rules, whatever you want to call it. This is all gloves off, fighting for the championship. There is championship titles and bragging rights on the line in the Sauber garage as Mozza looks to make another move on Ranieri, who's gone a bit wide there, going through Blanchimont. So into the bus stop chicane. Can he get it stopped? A little touch to the Ferrari on the back there. China would have felt a little bit of a bump there as Tudor comes into the pits. Does he think it's dry enough for the slicks already?
You know, that's the weather did clear up rather quick. To be honest, I'm really surprised it stopped raining as quickly as it did. So these boys have started on the enters, and it's time to keep an eye on Tudor, on Brandy, also known as Dynasty Sparrow, because no doubt they're going to be putting the slicks on. I'm just going to have a quick look, see what kind of tires they're throwing on. Yeah, so Tudor is throwing on the hards. Dynasty Sparrow is throwing on the mediums. So what is going to happen? If you make the wrong tire call here, it can cost you heaps. We're talking 6 to 7 seconds a lap.
Oh, absolutely. And just because it's such a long lap too, you can get away with it at tracks like Austria where it's only a short lap anyway. But with a track that's 7 kilometers of nothing but intensity in front of you, it is one of the hardest tracks when you get the decision wrong. So for Tudor and Brandy, or I should say Dynasty, they need to pray that this track's got some dry tarmac about it, because I'm just going to jump on board here, and that is very, very ginger from Tudor through the first couple of corners up at the end of the Kemmel Straight. He is really having to look after that car. Look at how the car just washes wide. The rear steps out. There is not a lot of grip out there. He's not finding time already. Is it too early, Thunder?
It might be too early. Pit stops here are about 21 to 22 seconds race time with the way everything goes out. But there it is. DRS is enabled. So we're going to see a whole bunch of these pack runners come in. Now, the interesting thing about this championship is Mazda and Sprinter Giggles. They're both 1 and 2 in the championship. They're both in kick. Mazda has the chance to kind of hang his teammate out to dry, and he's just gone wide. He's just turned that kick car into a John Deere lawnmower. Holy cow, it's amazing he didn't completely lose it. Sorry, it's just on board with Mazda, and he just took out a sign. Wasn't necessarily a brake marker, but at the same time, he was going all over the shop. So here we go. P1 to whatever are in the pits. The only person staying out, it looks like, is Scotty. Scotty has made the selective choice to go ahead and stay out on the enters. How much time is he going to lose? That's what we need to watch. But here we go. Mazda, he's in the pits right now. I'm on board with him. And then we've got Sprinter Giggles. Sprinter Giggles, is he going to be changing the
wing? The front wing?
Yep, thanks, mate. Can't really figure it out. It looks like he does. It is a long pit stop for Sprinter Giggles. He comes out P16. That has got to be crushing hearts for him right now. Unfortunate for him. That does not mean he's out of this championship hunt at all. There are still 39 laps to go here at Spa. Anything can happen. We're set for a wild time. He does have Plugger right in front of him, though. So if these two work together, we could see good things happen from this Hassan kick in the back.
Absolutely. And I've just been on board with Tudor as he hit the lap earlier. He's up into a net P2 after all that. So he's really benefited there because I believe he was down in maybe P4, 5, somewhere down there before the pit stops. So he's done really well out of this. But yeah, Sprinter is now 7 seconds off the back of Zonix. And Zonix, well, he's a further, let's have a bit of quick maths. He's about 4 seconds off the back of Mozza. So we said that was an early jab from Mozza. I'm going to call it a bit more of a left hook now. He is really throwing punches early here.
He is. But, you know, Mazda, he's come in on the medium tires. Are we going to see another bout of rain today here in Belgium? I don't know. I don't know. And that's the truth. I've got no clue.
It's going to be interesting. Spa can do absolutely anything as Scotty throws it into the bus stop to chuck it into the pits, and no doubt Hunter will follow in behind. Spa can do anything. The clouds haven't disappeared, and that's what makes me think there could be a second stint of rain on the cards. Because if it was going to dry up, you'd think the sky would start to look a little bit clearer as the laps go on. But those grey clouds are just lingering ever so slightly, just to threaten, just to make drivers think that maybe there's something on the horizon.
Yeah, you're not wrong. And, you know, the cloudy skies are making me think that, you know, like you said, anything can happen as we see Dynasty Sparrow set the fastest lap with a 1:49.9. Now, the track is still cool, everybody. The track temp right now is about 24 degrees. So I'm just going to have a quick look. Oh, there might be rain on the horizon. Tyrone, there could be rain coming in the second half of this race. So will the hard runners be the beneficiaries of that hard tire? As we all know right now, in the first few laps, the medium runners are going to have more grip. They're going to be able to get more moves done. They might find a bit more time. But strategy may come into play because if they need to pit early, that could severely ruin what they got to do.
Absolutely, as the current leader just picks up a 3-second penalty 6 laps into the Grand Prix. Ranieri and Plugger also have picked up 3 seconds as the race has been going on. Those could stack up very, very quickly as this race goes on. If you're getting 3 seconds in 6 laps, a bit of quick maths, you could end up with 7 of those. All right, so you've got to really start looking after that line and making sure you keep that car on track as best you can, because if you pick up 20 seconds of penalties around here, you will drop rapidly at the end of the race.
Yeah, certainly you do want to keep an eye on keeping that car within the track limits because, like you just said, I mean, if you start racking those penalties up, that's going to see you drop down this grid left, right, and center. And, you know, we saw shades of that happen throughout the divisions with Coda.
Oh, sorry to cut you off. Marzi's just gone into the back of Whip, and he's just broken his wing, I believe. Just into the bus stop chicane, everything backed up on him, and yes, he has. He's lost his end plate.
Lost his left front end plate, has the Mars. Unfortunate for him. It does seem that the track might be a little bit greasy at the minute.
Yeah, it definitely doesn't seem like fully dry conditions quite yet. Tyres are still coming into it. The track's still getting rid of that little bit of dew off the track. As there, you can just see Marzi's just sliding through Radion and Eau Rouge there. So not quite there yet is the track, but I just want to touch on the point. Sprinter Giggles is already back in within about 4 seconds of Zonix. So maybe 5. I'll be generous and say 5, but he's already cut the time down ever so slightly. But look at P2!
Yeah,
look at P2!
Mazza, the mozzarella fingers, the saucy hat guy. He is on a tear. He has gone from, what was it, like P12? Up to P2 in 6 laps, everyone. Mazza is eating. He is ready to eat. You know, he was really nervous before this race. Don't want to give too much of the gory details out, but he was pretty nervous before the race, we'll say. But he is excited, and it's looking like he's just stamping it down at the minute.
Absolutely. He is putting lap after lap after lap of greatness down at the moment. He is pulling in the time on Hughesy. 2/10 in one corner, 2/10 in another corner. I don't think it's too long until we see a new race leader here, and it's going to be in a green machine.
Yeah, and that blows my mind. Knowing where Kick started to where we're at right now, with, you know, we've still got 37 laps to go, Tyrone. 36 as they cross the line here, but you know he's already in P2. I wouldn't have called that in a million years. I thought people would have given him more of a hard time trying to move up through the pack. But, you know, like I said, this is one of the divisions with the least amount of track incidents that we've seen you know, there is obviously that line of respect here.
Absolutely, there is. He just goes up through the famous Eau Rouge and Radion onto the Kemmel Straight. He's about 1.8 back. If I was a betting man, let's bring the segment in. It's been a little bit of a delay. If I was a betting man, next lap he'll be within that DRS and he'll be looking to make a move on Hughesy.
He will. Let's just going to go ahead and do a couple of things here.
Absolutely, mate. You do whatever you need to do. I'm here to support you through any transition you ever need, mate.
Oh, is that right?
Absolutely. No
so
matter.
I just want to have a bit of a sneaky look, right? You know, Mazza is ripping through the field, and he's tearing these times down, as we saw him come through with one of the fastest laps of the race. That being said, though, his tires are also hurting the most out of the medium runners. So he does need to kind of keep an eye on his tires, because right now he is cooking them a bit too much compared to everyone else.
Well, it's all going to be a matter of when the rain comes again, if it comes again, I suppose, now. Because if he can't get those tyres to the next band of rain, he'll need to make an extra stop to the hard runners who most likely could get to the next band of rain. If I was a guessing man, which I believe, look, I have no idea. I have that hand on heart, no idea. I'm going to say there's going to be rain on lap 33. All right? And for you know, argument's sake, those mediums, not a chance. Not a chance in hell. So he needs to really start looking after them.
Yeah, that's, you know, and that's the call I was talking about earlier. Is, you know, will these medium runner tires last that long if we do see a shift in the weather?
Yeah, well, I'm going to guess that there is. Jetman just in the comments says he looked at Hunter streaming. He believes it's going to be dry from the rest from memory. So, look, if that's true, the strategy is now, it does go back into Moz's favour, as he can just go medium hards to the end. And then the hard runners will most likely go hard mediums. Unless, do you think these hards can get from lap 5 to the end?
That's a tough call.
Big one.
That's a huge call. And like the amount of pace that you would probably lose, you know, let me just have a quick look. So, you know,
run the numbers, Mr. Nuts.
Yeah, so looking at Chidong, right? So he's on the hards.
Yes, he is. Absolutely. He's going through pull on long left-hander.
And, you know, as far as tire wear goes, he might be able to make it.
Wow.
He might be able to make it, but it's all about being able to keep pace, you know?
Well, a pit stop around here would be worth, what, 24 seconds would be my guess?
Yeah, 23.
23, not far off, not far off. So, you know, if you're going to make that extra stop, can you make up 23 seconds on the medium tyre, you know, in maybe 15 laps? Is that a strategy you would do?
Me personally, no. I'm a Division II driver with, you know, a third of the skill most of these guys have. So, you know, would I be able to do that? Absolutely not. Would one of these guys? Maybe.
Jetman comes in with a nice call again. He says the medium's not a chance. He said after 20 laps, he had him at 70%, which, yeah, I don't think the medium's getting anywhere near it. But the hards, he thinks it could be possible as well. So it'll be interesting to see.
I think the hards are definitely possible. So, like, looking at the forecast, the bit that I was talking about, it looks to be in about 15, 20 laps time, there's a 20% chance of rain.
Okay. 20% chance is not impossible.
No, it's not impossible. Anything can happen, but looking at the weather report, it doesn't look like it's going to be a downpour. Can't really say one way or the other. I'm not saying this game's weather forecasting is accurate at all, but just one of those things to bear in mind.
You know what this game needs? Needs a bit of iRacing weather systems. The radars, the weather bands coming in. Give it a bit of realism. Give us something. Come on. We don't want it just down to this sort of numbers game. We want to see the weather coming in. I want to see the clouds pouring down Eau Rouge and Radion, but I want to see Stavelot absolutely bone dry. Let me see a mixed track. Let me see that. You know, where's the authenticity, Thunder? Where is it?
Well, you know, that's out the window because EA have pretty much given up on F1, I reckon.
Absolutely.
And, you know, what we're going to have to do is wait for a new developer to come in and say, you know what, iRacing is one of the biggest competitors at the minute. what are they doing that we need to either A, mimic, or B, do better?
Hear me out. Hear me out. What if the next F1 developers are the iRacing developers?
I'd be keen.
They did the NASCAR game.
They do. I got the update today saying NASCAR 25 is available
Yep.
in iRacing. So
They got the NASCAR
I'm
game.
all for it. You know, they go around iRacing for what they are. You know, I understand this game is done by EA, but you know, whatever. We're not sponsored by EA.
Nope.
We're sponsored by Linder Group.
Absolutely.
So shout out to Linder Group. If you're looking for any sort of personal loan or commercial loan, just throw it in your search bar. Linder Group, LNDR, as you see it there on your screen in the bottom left-hand corner, and you'll be able to speak with a representative from there that can help you out and get things organized for you. But you know, back to the iRacing thing. If iRacing take it over, I think we could see huge developments. One, like you were saying, the weather system. Two, there would be a lot more LiDAR tracks and not just done randomly. You know, we got Japan, we got Australia, and I think there was one more.
Yeah, it was Spa, wasn't it? They added the stands on the left, up through Eau Rouge and Radion. I think, or was that the game before? I know they did Spa recently. Bahrain, like you said.
Bahrain, that's it. So, like, you know, that being said, you know, I got to say also, hey, Lucky, man, thanks for watching. Appreciate it. You know, if we can get more authenticity and more features that are not a bug, you know, like that would be great. And one thing that really, I'm going to say the quiet part out loud, kills this game, online racing, is the no penalty system. And if you run a game similar to iRacing, like if iRacing were to take this over, you would not nearly have the kamikaze style F1 drivers that you see in a random online lobby.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And look, I'm loving this conversation, but I've just had a little look. Sprinter's in P9.
Sprinter. Yeah, I was going to say, Sprinter is halfway back up the grid at the minute, and he is cruising along. He's not quite setting fastest laps, but he's not far off the mark either. For him to go all the way already back up through this path and past Zonix, mind you, you know, that unfortunately looks like Zonix. I'm not too sure if he's relegated the championship at the minute, but let's just have a quick look. What tire is he on? He's on the hards.
With Mozza on the,
if
Mozza wins, doesn't matter what happens. So at this point, Zonix needs to get a bit of wriggle on. He's what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's 6th of the hard runners. If he's going to go to the end, maybe he's doing some tire saving. Maybe he's doing this. But he's got a long way to go. He's got some serious work to do. He needs a bit to go his way. And a safety car would be, excuse me, his best friend.
Yeah, absolutely. A safety car would definitely shake things up, as Jet said in the chat too. But a safety car, and looking at this, the way these boys are racing, they're racing the long race.
Yeah.
I don't think we're going to see a safety car. I think the respect has been put out. And aside from something crazy happening, I don't think we're going to see it.
I think you're right. I think the drivers understand what's at stake here. So, you know, without something really chaotic, it could be just a clean one to the end. And I've just seen Parser was also called iRacing as the next developer. Mate, we can dream, right? We can all dream. And the thing that comes with iRacing and those better built games is the feedback you get through your wheel. It is chalk and cheese. The difference.
Blows my mind.
The
amount of feedback you get, yeah.
Oh, the F1 game feels a bit like a game. Like an arcade game, like a children's game. It's like I just heard Mozza, just been riding on board. A lot of lift and coast. A lot of lift and coast from Mozza. So I'd imagine he's running quite a small amount of fuel. But look, he wouldn't be the only one, no doubt. But yeah, the chalk and cheese difference between the feedback you get from some games is insane. So look, we can only hope and pray that we get something better next year. I've just seen Oscar Piastri go, Sprinter. Oh, Oscar
Brutal.
Piastri goat. You little stirrer.
Brutal.
That is, in
Brutal.
fairness though, he's making a small comeback. He had wing damage early. He's had to make moves back up through the field for a second time. We need this.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's he did have an incident in the wet, and he's self-admitted he's not one of the better drivers in the wet. He doesn't like the wet, but that's the thing about driving, right? You need to be good in the wet and the dry.
absolutely, you do.
That's
You've got to be able
we
to
are.
adapt as we come into lap 14, so 30 to go. Sorry, I've just been riding on board with Mozza for the last couple of laps. I've just been taking note of how much he's lifting and coasting. So he's obviously under fueled quite heavily. But Sprinter is making moves up the grid. He's within DRS of whiff. He's a big battery user is what I've noticed. Every time I'm on board with him, he's very, very low with battery.
20% battery.
Yeah.
And his teammate is the exact opposite.
Yeah, exactly.
Maz's rolling around with 80 to 100 anytime I flick over to him. But I'm just on board with this pack, if you will, of Cheetong, Dynasty Sparrow, PS Bomber, and Tudor. It looked like Cheetong may have been a bit of a roadblock for his teammate, but Dynasty got the job done as they went up after a Rouge down the straight. And I'm wondering if Cheetong is going to be able to back PS Bomber and Tudor up and let Dynasty Sparrow get away a little bit.
Yeah, I can see what you're saying, but is there much point in him doing that? Last race, he hasn't got a lot to fight for. I think the gloves are off for everyone, aren't they? I don't think there's anyone really saying team game unless your name's PS Bomber. He's the only man with a teammate still in championship contention that isn't his own teammate in the case of Mozza and the Sprinter. So I think gloves are off, and whatever happens in this race.
As we see Plugger pick up a 3-second penalty, and somebody said it in the chat earlier, and I kind of want to highlight it. Mazza's just become rapid over the last few weeks of this season, and makes you wonder, as we head into the off season here in RMPT F1, is there going to be a divisional change for him?
Look, the question has to be asked, doesn't it? He said himself that he feels quick enough to not necessarily challenge the Titans guys, but to hang with them. And you know what? I respect that sort of, not audacity, but the level of challenge that he's wishing for. It's not easy to go up to Titans and race the quicker guys here at RMPT, but it's the best way to improve yourself as well. You're never going to improve when you're sitting around guys who are your pace or slower. You're only ever going to match it. But if you go up to that next tier and you've got guys ahead of you who are like, wow, they are quicker than me. They're doing this here. They're doing that there. All of a sudden, you start picking up little tips and tricks, and that pace slowly comes back to you. And you slowly shrink that gap. So if I was Mozza, absolutely, I'd be saying, yep, I'll put my hand up. If there is space in Titans and I fit the bill, put me up next season.
Yeah, and I know he wants that challenge, to be honest. So it'll be interesting to see how he goes with that. Looks like Ranieri, I don't know what happened with him. Hey.
No, I didn't see either.
He's come into the pits. I think he's pulled the pit early and try and go the distance on these hards, but he's got a lot of ground to make up at the minute. 27 seconds behind P15 at the minute. I don't know if he had wing damage.
I was going to say, can you just check the race director and see if he had a wing change on that pit stop for me? Because that's the only thing that makes sense in my head. Because, yeah, pulling the pin early, but 10 laps into your stint, he did have wing damage.
He did have wing damage, and he's gone. He's put the hards back on, so he's gone hard. Which is okay because everybody started on the inters today.
Absolutely, it's still a shame for his race. I know coming in, he had the nerves, is what we'll say. He had a lot of nerves bottled up in his system. So look, there's still, what do we got? A bit of quick maths. 28 laps to go. 26 seconds, 28 laps, plenty of time. And the other guy's ahead of himself to stop. So race is not over yet. He can still salvage something great here.
No, and he can go the distance on those tires, whereas some of the other guys might not be able to now.
Absolutely.
So it all depends on where things pan out. A safety car would kind of do wonders for him, but at the same time, I don't think it's going to happen.
Absolutely. They just saw Cheetong make the move back past his teammate. So You said he might be a bit of a cork in the bottle. I think this pack of four is very similar in pace the whole way through, as PS Bomb picks up a 3-second, who is, in fact, the third car in this train here. As the track looks a little bit more spaced out now. So, you know, look, I'm never one to advocate for chaos and incidents. As Zonix is dropping a few places, I wonder if he's made a little error there, as he's now behind Plugger and Scotty, not what he needs in his fight. But yeah, as I was saying, not an advocate for chaos and pain and suffering. However, look, if someone ended up in the wall as an innocent accident and brought out a safety car, you know?
Oh, no, don't, no.
You know.
I've seen things happen. Let's not take it there. But that being said, Zonix is missing the front left wing end plate.
Oh, no.
So that could be what's harming his pace at the minute and seeing him drop down a few more positions. But Sprinter Giggles, you know, over the last 6-7 laps, has only been able to make up one spot. He's got two-door in his sights, yeah, but two-door's got DRS from Bomber, Bomber's got DRS from Brandy. So, you know, anything can happen, but you've just got to play the patient game. 27 laps to go. You know, take your time.
Absolutely. And
See what happens.
I've got a funny feeling that those mediums are starting to slowly become the slower tyre, because Brandy is now just dropped behind She and he's almost lost DRS already. So I think those hards are really starting to come into their own, which doesn't play help to Sprinter, to Mozza, either of those two. If Zonix had not broken his wing, maybe he'd be the beneficiary, but now he's got some serious work to do.
You know, just going to have a cheeky look. Like, I'd say those mediums are actually quite fine. The question that I have are the tire temps.
Yeah,
Are the tire temps
Bomber. Sorry.
what's killing it? And yeah, there's moves being done. Go.
Yes, PS Bomber just threw it up the inside of Brandy for a nice little move. A little bit of wheel banging, nothing out of the ordinary. Got the move done, very nicely done there. As note, and then Brandy says, I'll have that one straight back. As Sprinter tries to follow him through, he's now side by side with Two Door Gaming as he gets the move done. So Sprinter Giggles up one more. He's now the third car in this train, as that whole train drops off the back of Cheetah by 2 and a bit seconds. So the in-house fighting here between this train here is letting Chi just slowly drift away. And I remember, if you remember back to our last race, I always said she had the pace. He's really starting to show it this race. I know he started up there, but he's held it, and that's been impressive from Cheetah.
Exactly right. You know, way to not, you know, let things happen and get in your head, really. For him, it's been really good to see him kind of hold his spot, if you will. And, you know, in the preseason, Chi was screaming. And then something happened at season start. Can't put my finger on it, but I
Side by side, Sprinter and PS, sorry.
That Red Bull. Go.
Oh, that was side by side going through Blanchimont. Always risky to go side by side through there. Is now down into the bus stop chicane. PS Bomber has a little look up the inside. He's trying to hold up Sprinter Giggles as best he can for his teammate, but Sprinter Giggles is through onto the main straight, onto the start-finish straight, and made the move finish. But he's only got 5% battery. PS Bomber, he has got plenty in the tank. So let's see what happens up through the Kemmel Straight now as we go towards Eau Rouge and into Radion. This train of cars is still separated by only a couple seconds. I think there's going to be more moves to be had here as Brandy leads them up through Eau Rouge. It's all like pin the foot flat now up through Radion. Battery on. Who's going to make moves here? Sprinter Giggles out of battery. I don't think he's going to be able to hold this one as PS Bomber is all over the back of him. Coming up the Kemmel Straight. PS moves off into the inside. Who's going to be later on the brakes? They're side by side. PS Bomber up the inside. Sprinter gives plenty of space. Doesn't want to ruin his race. PS Bomber is just doing everything he can to take the time away from Sprinter Giggles. And they're side by side again. They're still going at it. All the way now down into Bruxelles. The long right-hander down through the hill. He's now side by side with, that's Two Door Gaming. He's lost 2 spots in one sector. This is nightmare for Sprinter Giggles. He needs to try and keep these positions, but the battery usage isn't playing favours for him.
No, it's absolutely not. And what you saw there was Sprinter Giggles. He did a 50-50 on that curb, and when you do that on the exit of that turn, you've got nowhere to go but straight, and Jesus hold the wheel. Because anything can go wrong if you try and turn and clip a little bit of tarmac or asphalt, whatever you want to call it, that can send your car helicoptering across. But he did the good thing, kept the car straight, but unfortunately it did mean he lost 2 positions on that one.
Yeah, look, it's not what he needed. And PS Bomber, you know, let's sing his praise. He's doing everything he can at the moment for his teammates' title fight. But unfortunately, Zonix is finding himself down in P14 with that wing damage. He's got a lot to go his way, as Mozza is well and truly in control. He is what? Let's count the seconds. That's 7, 8, 12. close to 13 seconds clear of Sprinter Giggles. Looking at the track map, he's going up through Eau Rouge and Radion now, just as Sprinter goes through La Source, sorry. So he's got quite the gap.
Yeah, he does. And, Mazza, at this current minute, I don't want to hang out too much or, do the commentator curse thing, but he's looking really strong. And it's got to be said as well, this man is last in the championship here in Division 1, so he started on pole position. But Hughesy is holding down P2, and he's holding it down strong. He's having a really, really great drive.
Absolutely is, and he finds himself in a bit of no man's land at the moment with 4 seconds ahead and then 3 seconds behind. Hughesy has got pace. I've been a big believer he's got pace. He's just got to work on the little things, the penalties, the patience in battle. He's been involved in a couple incidents here and there. Some are not his fault, some are. But, it's just he's got the raw pace. And once he puts it together like he is right now, he's showing he can absolutely hang with the top guns.
He absolutely is. And you hit the nail on the head. It's the finer details that matter, especially in a game like this, And when you're doing the 50% races and you get something as small as like a 3-second penalty, that can really change the game, especially if there's a late safety car or if you're in a tight pack. So, and that is one of the things that, self-admittedly, Hughesy has said that he needs to work on is just a little bit of that racecraft. But, he does have a 3-second penalty at the moment. However, that being said, he's got 3.5 seconds on, well, now Chi-Dung. So, what could happen?
As China's just thrown into the pits. We've seen some medium runners pit. So those tyres are obviously starting to scream just a little bit for both China and Dynasty. They're going to be tracking on the hards, no doubt, to go to the end. Is it the right time or is it early?
It's the right time. It's absolutely the right time. 14 laps on the mediums. Mazda's on 15. We'll just have a quick sneaky peek, see if what tire wear Mazda has. And, 15 lap on mediums, you're looking at about anywhere between 50% tire wear plus minus 5%. So it is looking like it is time to pit for most. But, that being said, 24 laps to go. I bet you Mazda is looking at going, if he goes another 3 or 4 laps on these mediums, which he will most likely do, he could throw on another set of mediums and go back out there and finish the race on medium tires.
Absolutely. He's done himself a massive favour here, just building that gap up a little bit. He's got the absolute privilege of just sitting around and waiting. And the best part is the car behind him is also on the mediums. So he can just sit around, wait for his time, extend his stint as best he can, and then put on the better tyre towards the end. Now, is it going to work in his favour? Absolutely, I think it will. But he needs to start looking after him for at least, I'd say, what do we got? 24 laps to go after this one. He probably wants to get another 3 or 4 laps out of these, like you said. So he's got to start looking after him and seeing what he can do. As I'm just on board with Sprinter, he's dropped out of DRS at 2-door. So I wonder if we see him in this lap.
But again, Sprinter with that battery.
Yep.
Oh, he's just murdering that battery. Like, the boys at Duracell do not like Sprinter Giggles. I'm just going to say that.
The Duracell bunny is not a fan.
Not wrong. He is just killing them batteries. And he is. He's going into the pits. Is he going to throw on the hard tires or is he going to go the mediums?
He's not the only kick-sabber in the pit either. Mazda has also called and said, I'm just going to do it. Chuck on the hards to the end. Thank you very much. Hughesy followed him in. He's also chucked on the fresh set of hards. So, Sprinter Giggles, no doubt, going on the hards as well. He now has to get to the end and hope he can start making some time and positions up because he's got a hell of a job to do. Luckily, no wing change this time for him. Coming into the pit exit, he's got to get the foot down, the mind clear, and see what he can do for these last 23 laps.
That's right. And, there was no double stacking, which in the first pit stop, there was a little bit of a wait. There was a small smidgen of a wait for Sprinter Giggles before they were able to put tires and a new wing on. But he has managed to keep it clean. Right now, your leader of this race is Chi-Dung, followed by PS Bomber. Then we got the Racing Bulls, 2-door and With Matif.
And we know what their motto is. We know what their motto is.
They just want to beat Kick. They just want to beat Kick. They've tried over the last 2 to 3 races, and they've been close, but it hasn't come to fruition. They do have the ability to make those hard tires go the distance. It will be an absolute slog for them to do it, but they've got a very, very quick mozzarella fingers right behind them.
Absolutely. And look, I'd say the RBs here in Division 1 have been the second best team in the division since probably, I'd say, Silverstone. They have been really, really consistent in where they're finishing, so that's really well done to them. Them and Mercedes are both a muchness, but obviously Sauber has just been that step above everybody, and they've just shown absolute dominance. I've said it before, I'll say it again. Has Sauber dominance bored fans? I'd say no, because this in-house fighting is great fun. I'm loving every second of it. Lockie's just asked who won the Hughesy Award tonight. Well, let's say to be confirmed.
I think it was Plugger.
Plugger.
Was it Plugger or was it Ranieri?
I think you might be right with Plugger.
Let me have a. You know what? I'll do
Have
a quick
look.
check.
Do a quick check for Mr. Lockie, please. He wants to know.
Plugger.
It was Plugger.
It was Plugger, lap 5. And, I was trying not to mention the Hughesy Award, but apparently that stuck.
It's stuck.
I say it one time, and it's stuck.
You know what? We'll do some ribbons.
But we'll roll with it, We'll roll with it. It is what it is. It's all in good fun.
Absolutely. Look, I'll be honoured to have an award named after me.
About it, and I was like, well, stop being the first one to get the penalty, bro.
Look, at least he wasn't first today.
It's sticking.
He wasn't the first today, at least. That's something, but he has still found himself in the penalty. He'll be at the stewards office saying, I didn't go over the line. Yes, mate, you did. Stick with it.
You did. It's yep. Spa's not Miami.
No, not at all. Not at all. And Moz is already on the back of the RBs.
England 2024. And yeah, Moz has already made up 1.3 seconds. He's in the DRS range of whip. So he is sniffing the back of that Racing Bulls car, ready to pounce.
I'd say he's through past with probably on this next lap. Look at the battery. He has been racing this very, very clinically. He's doing everything right. He's just got to make the move stick now. And I don't see that being an issue for him. But Thunderbolts, without giving too much away, how excited are you for Season 2?
I'm heaps keen. I know we've got a few things in the works. I'm looking really forward to what we're going to do. I know we're looking to extend some branches out, if you will.
Yep.
And going to try and pull some bigger things off for Season 2. So I'm looking really forward to it. We got to give the people what they want. It is going to be a good calendar, I think. I can't divulge too much because we've got official announcements to make, but yeah, I'm keen. I'm keen for it, looking forward to it, and looking forward to competitive racing for another season here.
Absolutely.
Just want to also say, hey, Roshan, and Lockie is also requesting on board, but he hasn't
told us who. I just saw that, yes. So, hello, Roshan. I hope you're well. Lockie, tell us who you want, mate, as there's some moves being made up the Camel Straight here from both Hughesy and I believe it was the Ferrari of China, or maybe it was Panic in China. Either way, some cars are changing places from P8 to P11. It's all happening. We love to see it. Zonix still finding himself down in P11. Not been his race at all. With everything on the line, he's had some unfortunate luck come his way, and it's just not gone the way of Mercedes tonight.
No, unfortunately not. And he wants an on board with Mazda.
We're on board.
So next lap.
No, we're on board. I want to see it now anyway.
We're going to go for it now?
Absolutely, because he's only 5 tenths behind Tudor. I was going to go there anyway. Thanks for the 2K points, Lockie. Appreciate it, mate. But he is absolutely all over the back of Tudor. He's already made the move past Whiff. He's now in the RB sandwich. I'm going to say he's going to make light work of Tudor up the Camel Straight. If I was a betting man, that's where I'd be putting my money. As we now come through Blanchimont, heading towards the bus stop chicane. He's going to absolutely throw the anchors down. A little bit of lift and coast. Throwing anchors down just after the 150 mark into the bus stop. And you ready for the hottest lap you've ever heard, Thunder? Because here we go, down the start finish straight. He is only 3 tenths behind Two Door Gaming, the RB. He's going to throw it into the source now, put the anchors on just before the 100-metre board. Tuck it in as tight as you dare on the inside without hitting that wall. That wall has taken many a tyres throughout its lifetime. He's dropped a bit of time, though, to Two Door. Two Door might be just burning a bit of battery now to try and hold on to that lead. Now up as we got a yellow flag. A yellow flag, we got to stop Ranieri. That looks like he might have a moment. But up now through the Camel Straight. He's going to burn the battery, open the DRS flap as wide as it possibly can. Tudor is out of battery. Mozza is burning. He's on the inside. And by the time we get into the braking zone, he's passed. Now throws it into the right hand of the chicane of Lecom. Nice and tidy now. The right-hander want to touch the inside curve and not get too much over there because the gravel will eat it up. Now into the right hairpin, down the hills, into Bruxelles. tricky corner. You got to wait for the car, wait, and now onto the throttle. Now into no name. It's a tricky corner to get right. Again, off camber, left-hander, down the hill. It is not the easiest. Ranieri has retired from the session in the pits. That is a shame for Ranieri. But now into Pouon, one of the hardest corners to get right in the F1 calendar. One of the hardest in G-Force as well. Left-hander, normally taken flat in qualifying spec. Now we come down through campus, turns 13 and 14. Playing the left-hander. Want to be patient because the gravel trap will eat you up on the outside. Now into the last real main corner before the bus stop chicane through Stavelot. Does so well. He's got plenty of battery to burn. He's looking to get within DRS of PS Bomber as soon as possible. He's burning down here now as he heads towards Blanchemont. Two left-handers. Don't have to take a blip off the throttle at all. Keep that foot pinned to the floor. Cuts the curb on the inside. Runs it so well. He's only a second and a half behind into the braking zone of the bus stop chicane. Throw it into the right-hander. Take as much curb as you dare. Takes a little bit wide to the left-hander, but he's within 1.4 seconds on the exit of PS Bomber, and there's a hot lap on board with mozzarella fingers, the fingers of God.
Oh boy, and you just stroked that ego with that last sentence, Tyrone. Why don't you take a break, have a breather, grab yourself a drink. You know, great hot lap, 2 minutes almost. You know, 1:48 or whatever it was. Mazda did set the fastest Sector 3 that we've seen in this race. So he is pushing. He is telling that kit car to kick and wants to regain the lead of this race naturally. Because right now, Chidong is P1. He still has yet to pit, though. And then we got PS Bomber in P2. So Mazda's looking like he's ready to seal the deal. And I made a little bit, you know, I'm a South Australia boy. And I made a little bit of a wager with mozzarella fingers. I said if he wins the championship, I'd take him out to TGI Fridays. We'd have some cocktails. Now it looks like I might have to hand this guy a trophy and a winner's card and take him out for cocktails. You know, that'd be pretty cool, though, to be honest, not going to lie.
I think he's going to have a very, very positive end of his year if everything holds firm. As we've just had a cheeky little entry into the comms box. And look, it's not on the best of times, as unfortunately he does find himself out of this race after some unfortunate events. But Ranieri, if you're there, mate, talk us through what has happened, what has unfolded through your race here.
I think I was a little bit aggressive on braking, and I tapped the back of another driver while I was getting squeezed by another driver, and I lost my end plate. And Sector 2 in Spa with no end plate just saw me just plummet. So I thought I'd go for something different and, I don't know, put some hards on and fix the wing, and yeah, lost concentration, hit a curb, spin a Rooney, and see you later.
Oh, yeah. That's really unfortunate, mate. I know you were really nervous at the start of this race, and you know, 100% Spa is definitely one of those tracks that you need to be paying attention and keep your concentration up all the time, or else things like that happen to you. But you know, you're out of this race, unfortunately, and you know, I do gotta ask, how'd you find season 1 here at RMPT?
I'm like super biased. But, I'm not sure. It was horrible to the viewers. I don't recommend you join. The culture's shit. The racecraft is horrible. As you can see, all the drivers are completely broken away from each other. So everyone's different skill levels. No, I'm obviously taking the piss. Like probably one of the best communities I've been involved in. Like the chat today, like Sprinter's nervous, Moz is nervous. I had absolutely no shot, and I was nervous. Marzi rang me twice today and was like, "Man, I can't wait for tonight." Panic was nervous. Like China was so happy to be racing. Husey was so excited because he gets to start pole and show what he can do. Like it was just really nice to see. Like all the drivers were just like, "This is important to me. I can't wait to race." You know what I mean? It was really cool.
I do know what you mean, because you know, I've seen quite a few of those chats go out, and that is one thing that I gotta say. Like Division 1, the community feel has been really good. Like there's been no toxicity. Everybody's kind of uplifted each other up, kind of pumped those tires up, which is fantastic to see. Now, you know, going into the break, we're starting an F2 season, and you're going to be in for that. Are you going to be one of those drivers that does the Ironman thing and racing Monday and Thursday, or are you just picking one day and rolling with it?
Well, my first thing that I'm going to focus on in the off-season is not being so shit. And then once I figure that out, then I'll be racing Monday and Thursday. There is not a chance I'm missing our first F2 season here at RMPT. Like, dude, if this is how season 1 panned out. Imagine F2s and then potential.
Yeah, well, we can't talk too much about season 2.
Oh, we can't
No, we can't talk too much about season 2.
Well,
But you know,
as a driver, you know what I mean? I'm not really in here as a cop.
but you know too much. You know too much. But yeah, so that is one of the things that we tried to hammer home is let's build a community that's positive. Let's not tear each other down. Let's build each other up, because only good things happen when you build each other up, and only bad things happen when you tear each other down. So we do try and work through that, and I think we've done a really good job. We've got really good driver pool, I think is the good way to put it. And I think seasons ahead, it's going to be a good place to race.
Gee, Thunder, I just want to say, mate, you're doing a lot of thinking. That is dangerous, mate. I wouldn't want too much more thinking to be going on in that brain of yours. But I'm also going to do the comms job real quick. Sprinter Giggles has been battling hard with China and Panic for P9, and he's made some absolutely fantastic moves. They've been on stream. I've kept quiet with a lot of biting of the tongue, because there's been some great side-by-side battles going on, as well as Mozza. He got past BS Bomber a couple of laps ago. So the Kick Boys are making moves. But as I said before, I think Mozza's now thrown a right hook. There's been the left-right combo so far. He is well and truly in control.
Yeah, Mozza's hit that knockout blow about lap 7. Lap 7, I think he was in top 3. And that blows my mind, because he started well in the back of the pack.
But it only takes
Well
one friend of mine. And, you know, his name, he rhymes with, I think he rhymes with Kurt Symander or something like that. It's something, all I know is he drives this really funny looking green car. It's an Aston Martin. It goes around the track really slow. It's got a yellow light on the top of it. It's a really funny looking thing. But he's a cool bloke. I like him a lot. And he said he might make an appearance later tonight if anything goes wrong. So, you know, if Kurt Symander decides to make an appearance, it could get very interesting.
It would be very interesting. And, you know, one thing that I want to touch on that Ranieri said during his interview is, like, you know, he obviously taking the pace, but, you know, the grid is spread out so far from each other. Every single car is on the lead lap in Sector 2 at the minute.
Yep.
Every single car. We are 28 laps in a 44-lap race. That's pretty good. I think that's pretty good. I get it, it's Spa. You know, a lot of us, I think we like this track in time trial, and that's about it. But yeah, it's been a really good competition, I think.
Absolutely has been. So I'm just on board with Mozza. Speaking of competition, he's looking to take the lead of this race back over, as he's got Cheetang ahead of him, who is on 23 lap old hards. Mozza's got about 16. There you go, Cheetang's into the pits.
Yeah, Cheetang's into the pits.
So, but just on that note, he'll be the second driver to put the mediums on to end this race, as Hunter is also on the mediums. What sort of pace are we expecting from Cheetang? Because he'll come out around about, let's say, lap P9 would be my guess.
That would be my guess too, which would be quite scary for the second kick car.
Absolutely, so
I'm just going to keep an eye on that one, because Cheetang, he's coming out of the pits. Sprinter Giggles is going through the source.
He's ahead of him. Wow.
And Cheetang is in front. So Cheetang is going to be hard to pass for Sprinter Giggles on those medium tires with 15 laps to go. This is your championship. We are about to have some excited people in this comms box at the end of the race. Thank you all for watching this season here. This is our first season. We appreciate you all in the Twitch chat. And yeah.
Absolutely.
I'm looking forward to seasons to come.
Oh, mate, if I could put into words the excitement I have for season 2, I would, but I simply can't. The words don't exist. It is just such peak level of keen that the real man, the being that we are, cannot comprehend what is happening. As we've got plenty of support coming into the chat. Jerry's going, kicking Mozza home. Absolutely. Look, there's plenty of laps left. I cannot believe what we are witnessing, but Mozza is just dominating so far. I don't want to comms curse him. He's done it to me before, though, so I'm going to say his name one more time for the people in the back. FST Mozza 43. This one is yours to win.
Oh, commentator curse. We got 15 laps to go, and Tyrone's throwing it down.
Oh!
No.
She had a little moment.
You know, I'm just just gonna flop some telemetry things around and just see what happens.
Absolutely, mate. You do you.
That's the leader. So if Mazda does have to pit, though, that puts him down to P11, P12.
If he has to pit, he won't have to pit.
If he has to pit. He won't have to pit, but...
Tell you what, the skies are
weird
looking
things have
great.
happened.
The skies have greyed up again because it did
They
clear
have.
up for a bit. The skies have absolutely just taken a tinge of grey back on board. So, look, I know we said it was going to be dry to the end according to Jetty, but look, if I was a weatherman looking at the skies, I'd be saying there was a bit of a chance of rain. We said 20%. If I looked at those skies, I'd be saying 40 to 50.
Can I interrupt?
Absolutely.
Is there a chance I can hang out in here with you boys and have a bit of a laugh?
Oh, I wish you'd never asked, my friend.
Here we go. Here we
A
go.
bit of a chance.
Little three-man in the comms box.
My co-coms for the Titans division here at RMPT F1, we got the Prancer. So you want to stick around and you just want to throw down and maybe shoot it with us? Let's go. We've got 14 laps to go. Mozzarella Fingers is the leader. What have you got for us, Reindeer?
Well, after being on track, I can tell you that the hards really start warming up probably lap 8 to 10. So I don't have all the data sort of in front of me, but how does it look like Mozza and Sprinter's tyres are feeling? Are they sort of in the same lap intervals? I haven't got any menus or anything up yet, so I just wanted to get started. Do you know what I mean? I just wanted to get warm, boys.
Dip the toes
Well,
in, mate.
I could actually take a look at that and we'll find out. So Mazda's tires right now, I can't see the temps, right? However, looking at the tire wear, he's at about 14% tire wear.
Oh, gee. That's all.
15% tire wear.
Wow.
And then, you know, the is it Bomber right behind him?
Yep.
Now Bomber is on the other end of that spectrum. He is on 45% tire wear. So he might be looking to come in and maybe put on some mediums or softs even and smash out the last few laps of this race because any tire's up for grabs.
You know what? I'm going to go against you. P2 down to P6, they're one stop and they're not coming in. They are staying out until the end. As Jetty just says, no rain expected, comms boys, all clear. So it is a straight dogfight to the end now. These boys are going to see what they can do. There's the RBs switch position again. I think they're working together to try use a bit of DRS, tow rope up the straight, up the Camel straight, just to keep the cars behind at bay. But if the boys from P6 to P2 can keep this to the end, their threats are Husey, Sprinter, Chi, and then China if he can find a bit of pace. So I think if you stay out, you're on the right strategy here.
Yeah, and I think Chi-Dung is going to be the one to watch at the minute. He just set the fastest lap of the race, so he's getting the award for that one so far. And it doesn't look like anybody else is really going to be pushing him. Zonix is throwing on new mediums. Panic is on 2-lap-old mediums, so they could go. Marzi just picks up a penalty, but Chi-Dung is looking mighty racy behind your championship leader at the minute of Sprinter Giggles.
Absolutely, absolutely. So Ranieri, talk to me. If you were a betting man, one of my favourite segments, who takes out the podium this race?
Oh man, it'd be really, really hard done by if Mozza doesn't win this. And the
Absolutely.
podium?
The podium. I want the three. Because we've got some hard charges.
Yeah, I'm going to go Mozza. Oh man, Mozza, Sprinter,
Wow.
and something random.
Oh!
I think I might go Dynasty or China.
Wow, so you're expecting
I
these...
just need to interrupt. Chi-Dung has just gone up the back of Sprinter Giggles going through the bus stop, and he's lost a good portion of his wing.
Yeah, caught
Looks
that
like
on
he's
stream.
lost the front right end plate, maybe a blade. I can't really tell from my stream, but it looks like he's got quite a bit of damage on the front end of that Red Bull, which is going to hinder his ability coming up through Rouge, and may kind of destroy his race a little bit, because he was looking really pacey.
Yeah, there was no light touch at all, was it? As I'm on board with Sprinter now, as he's making moves past Scotty, who was on those old 26-lap-old hard tyres. So easy pickings for the boys there. But yeah, Chi has really put a spanner in his works. Panda just asked, does this mean a Mozza championship? As it stands, mate, it does mean a Mozzarella Fingers championship in RMPT Division 1 Season 1. So, but can he hold on is the question.
That is the magical question. And that being said, I just want to have a quick look at one thing, because I believe if Sprinter makes it up to P3, we could have a tie.
Oh God.
Gee, I think.
Have you consulted with the sponsors here? Like, how's this work?
I've done the maths. If it's a draw, on countback, Mozzarella Fingers still gets the win. So Sprinter needs to win on outright points.
All right, there it is. There it is. Take his word for it because I don't have my data in front of me in a minute.
I did it before. I was sitting in here having a look at something that will be soon revealed in the future. But yes, it is. If Sprinter wants any chance at this championship, he needs to be above Mozza in championship points by the end of this race. Which sounds pretty straightforward when you think about it, say it loud, doesn't it?
It does. But, you know, that just makes it so, you know, if there's a tie, it's still going to Mozza. So.
It's still going to Mozza. As here we go, Sprinter's making the move on Hughesy now. So Sprinter's definitely got pace, but again, how much battery has Mr. Giggles got?
Zero.
None.
He's got zero.
Absolutely none. Ranieri, you're out on track. How did you find battery management around here?
You pretty much have to decide whether you burn towards the end of Sector 3, the long straight in the back, or whether you're going to burn after En Rouge. Not En Rouge, Eau Rouge, sorry. Because I was out of DRS so quickly, due to, well, pretty much sucking, I had to decide, so I decided alternating. I'd burn at Eau Rouge, and then I'd burn at the back of Sector 3. Other than that, they're really the only two places. A couple little squirts here and there all through Sector 2, but man, battery management here is hard, especially, you know, all your deploy as well, and your harvesting. Like, if you go all the way down to zero, you're only going to harvest about 68 to 75% realistically by the end of the lap.
Yeah, tricky one to balance. As I've just seen Hughesy go a little bit wide on the exit there of Stavilo. So Sprinter Giggles has broken the DRS, has he? No, not quite. He'll be very close as he go into the bus stop chicane. So Sprinter now has 11 laps. The gap to leader, if we have a quick look, he is currently 16 seconds off of Mozzarella Fingers. He needs some serious things to go his way if he wants a chance here.
But all of the drivers ahead of Sprinter are on 30 lap old hards.
This is very, very true. He could absolutely pick up a P2.
He could realistically pick, if he gets close to Plugger. Like, and if we're just going to watch the time. Essentially, we're just watching the time. But if he can get to Plugger, he's getting essentially to that P4 spot. I don't know if he's got enough in the tank to get to P2, and he's going to have to get past Bomber. But, oh man, he's still not out. He's still not out.
And look, my good friend, what did I call him? Kurt Mymander or whatever I called him. Kurt Mymander. He's a cool guy. He likes to drive cars, not like these ones. He's a little bit bulkier, a little bit more brum brum about him, a little bit of body about it, we'll call it, a little bit of grunt. He could take it around Spa Francorchamps in, you know, about the 2 minutes or so. He likes his car. He goes up and down from side to side, you know, like a roller coaster. We can still see him.
It'd be a tough call. I mean, to go this far into the race and, you know, then get a safety car at the end. Oh, you know what? That would spice things up. That would be interesting to see.
Abu Dhabi 2021 vibes.
God.
Yeah.
Oh God. Please don't make those calls. I have enough anxiety as it is just surviving. But look at Sprinter.
He's making
Have
time.
a look at Sprinter. He is at the bus stop chicane. We just saw all the cars ahead of him. He is gaining at about a second a lap. Now, at that pace, he's not gaining to Mozza a second a lap. A second a lap, 9 laps to go. Distance to second is... Oh, I think it's just out of his reach. He needs to be gaining about 1.5 seconds a lap. But oh my God, it's on. It is on.
PS Bomber does have penalties. He's got 3 seconds of penalties.
Oh my days, I didn't even think of that. Oh my
So
days.
he's got a little bit less time he needs to make up, and those hards are just going to get slower and slower with every lap. They are well and truly starting to cross that line of these tyres now suck. But I need to ask the question, if Mr. Kurt Mymander came out onto the circuit, who pits and who stays out?
we have something else that's going on here. Cheedung has actually caught up to Sprinter. This is going to slow Sprinter down. Cheedung might be the reason Mozart takes his home. As Cheedung and Sprinter are going side by side, they're getting tapped. Cheedung's got the arms out. I'm not sure why. He's just said to Sprinter, no, you can't have it.
Wow.
You cannot have it.
Wow. That
Oh
is a
my
big
days.
move in the grand scheme of this championship. That is a huge move. How much has Mozzarella Fingers paid Cheedung for that move there? This race is just getting better and better as it ticks on, clicks on, tracks on. Take your pick. Doesn't matter. 9 of them to go. And so far, Mozzarella's taken this one home. And Sprinter Giggles now finds himself looking at the back of a Red Bull.
This is unbelievable. Thunder, are you seeing what we're seeing? Can you see Cheedung here put the master of defense on?
He's doing it. He's getting the Ranieri wide body out, not letting Sprinter Giggles get by him. And he doesn't want to give up either. And you know, it's a matter of pride for Chi at this point. He does have the better tires by far, but when it comes down to it, in about 2 laps time, he's not going to have the better tires. So not really sure what he was thinking.
I'm all for it.
Throw a curveball. Sorry, you go, Ty.
Oh, no, I was just saying I'm all for it. I'm all for a bit of on-track battling. Look, Chi's also got the wing damage. He needs to get the move done and up the road as quickly as possible. But also, Sprinter is now getting towed along by Cheedung. So Chi's going to keep taking time out. And Sprinter could just say, keep towing me along, keep towing me along. And then once those tyres go off, he goes, see you later, I'm going past.
That's very true, but Sprinter does need to be able to throw that battery into none and gain some battery back. He is just burning that thing to the ground. And, you know, when it comes time to push, he might not have any battery to push.
So just to answer a quick question in the chat, if Mozzarella wins this race, he is championship full stop. It doesn't matter where Sprinter Giggles finishes as far as my maths goes. If he is winner, he is champion. Simple monkey math.
This battle, this would be pissing Sprinter off because he not only has to juggle the pace of Cheedung, he has to juggle damage. But if you look closely, two-door and whiff, Cheedung's actually catching up to them, and he's pulling Sprinter with him. Is this a blessing in disguise for Sprinter? Is this something that we didn't expect to see? And Cheedung might not be aware that this is what he's doing. But Tyrone, Thunder, I can't believe that there could not be a better race at DNF, if I'm being honest. Could not be a better race.
You've got the best seat in the house now, mate, because you weren't seeing much at the back of the pack, I'll tell you that much. Because now you get to witness the kick sours. Now you get to witness the kick sours on an absolute mission. Unfortunately for Sonics, it hasn't gone his way tonight. He's well and truly out of this fight, even with the intervention of Kurt Mymander. I don't think he's back into this one, but absolutely, Mozza is in control. I've tried everything in my power to comms curse him at this point. He's done it to me before, but he is holding firm at this point. Sprinter Giggles is now getting towed along by Cheedung. There is still 7 laps left, which doesn't sound like a lot, but you got about 7 kilometres per lap. 49 kilometres left in this race. That is plenty of time for moves to be made, for things to happen.
I'm baffled. I'm sorry, chat. I'm sorry that I'm quiet. I'm actually baffled at where this could actually end up. I know Mozza, being where he is and where he's come from and everything that he does for the community, and then you've got Sprinter essentially with his villain arc in a race 2 races ago, looking to do everything he could to get the win and to get points in order to increase that lead. It's literally Batman versus the Riddler. They're both in green. One of them's leading the pack. The other one is fighting Cheedung. I just can't believe, if you look at the gap, we now have Sprinter at the back of a pack of 4 cars. Cheedung has towed him along, but they all have DRS. This is going to come down to the throttle control, the attitude control, and essentially the nerve control of the kick driver of Sprinter Giggles. This is unbelievable viewing.
Absolutely.
Unbelievable viewing.
And just looking at the penalties, so Whiff, 3 seconds, Plugger, 6 seconds, PS Bomber, 3 seconds. As it stands, Cheedung, Sprinter Giggles, Two-Door, all in the seat to gain some spots for free. But Sprinter needs to get as close as he can to get to those guys ahead, because without it, he won't have a chance. If he can get past Plugger in the next lap or two and then get that gap down within 3 seconds to PS Bomber, he could potentially pick up a P2, and then you never quite know. Who knows what could happen post-race? I'm not saying anything, all right? But according to my maths, Mozza would still be a championship by, what's the word? Provisional. Provisional champion is what I'll say.
It's then going to come down to the stewards. Thunder, touch on the stewards this season. How has it been? How many tickets have we had with 3 divisions and 6 races? Off the top of your head, doesn't have to be perfect.
I think all up, Division 2 last week was an anomaly, but I think all up, we've only had about 25 tickets across 3 divisions in 6 races. So 18 races, technically 21 with the sprint race involved. And yeah, it's less than just about a ticket a race, if that. You know, and obviously some of them are double ups. But here we go. Sprinter Giggles is getting the move done on Two-Door, going into Lasource.
Oh.
Bit of wheel banging. Sprinter Giggles goes wide. Two-Door says, no, son. Making sure he's got to use that curb. They're going side by side up through Eau Rouge. Sprinter does the smart thing and backs out. He's got no battery. Two-Door's got no battery. These boys are cooking each other. Two-Door takes a bit of a wiggle going through Eau Rouge. Sprinter has DRS. Gets the move done going up through. But yeah, back on the tickets, it's been really good. It's been really good. There's been a lot of mutual respect, which is something you like to see. And you know, when standards do need to be called out, they're usually called out pretty quickly. So I think it's been overall really good. The stewards have done a good job. They've surely, you know, I'll touch on this. We're all human. Everyone makes mistakes. You know, you make a mistake, I make a mistake, Joe makes a mistake, etc.
I don't.
It's okay, Tyrone's perfect. But my point is like, the stewards have made a couple of decisions where, no, they put their hand up, no, we made wrong decisions here, and they fixed it. You know, there was an appeals process done, and, you know, some things were readdressed after second looks and things like that. So, you know, all up, I think the stewards, they get the job done quickly, they get it done efficiently, and they do a good job. I can't fault them at all.
Absolutely, mate. And without him, where would we be? It would be absolute anarchy. No one to hold the rules, no one to hold everyone accountable. They do an absolutely thankless job a lot of the time. And, you know, another big shout out to all our stewards here at RMPT, because they do, like I said, a thankless job. Sometimes they're criticised without the thank you at the end of it. So, but
100%, and they don't even, like, some of them don't even race here. They just do it because they like doing it.
And it's a big job. It's a huge job. As
Flubber!
Flubber.
Sprinter and Whiff side by side. Oh, wow. Wow, what a move by Sprinter on Whiff.
Wow.
This guy, this is a young man. He is a young man driving with the courage of a full-blown adult in that kick salver. It takes life experience to be able to have the balls to do what he just did to Whiff Matif, and I just saw it live, and Whiff trying to hold that position gets another 3 seconds. Guys, I have to ask a favor.
Absolutely.
I have written out a little something for Mozza's final lap.
Okay.
I would love the opportunity if you boys allow me to call his final lap, but I also understand that you guys are the comms tonight, so I'm going to do the respectful thing.
No,
Yeah,
you've got it, mate.
You by all means can do that.
You and Mozza are a beautiful pairing, mate, and I would love nothing more than to hear what you have to say on his final lap around this track.
Perfect. Thank you. Thank you.
As Thunder redeems a little on board. Who are we onboarding with, Mr. Thunder?
I'm just doing it appropriately.
Ah, very good, very good.
You know, I've got to play by the rules too.
I like it. I like it a lot. I do enjoy. So, but we have got 3 laps. Sprinter currently sitting P4 and net P3 after, a P5 and net P4 after penalties. Can he still climb to the podium?
It's doable. It's absolutely doable.
We've got to get a little bit of fire going. Boom! There we go. There we go.
Way! There's been
Just a little
plenty.
something.
There has been subs raining. Marzi hit one earlier on. Flubber just hit one earlier. And now the Renee Meal comes through with some subs. Everybody's a sub. We love to see it.
I just want to call out Flubber. I know you can hear me, mate. It is on you, my friend. You know how much I love you. It's your turn. Show us where the pace is, Habib.
Here we go.
Empty out your pockets. I need all that, is what he says. Goodness gracious me. Lap 41 of 44. It has been an absolute pleasure to see this race unfold. There has been stories on stories to be told. And we are now 3 laps away from crowning our first champion here at RMPT. Not first champion in Division 1, our first ever champion here at RMPT across any division. And that man could be by the name of Mozzarella. Do we think he holds on? Look, if I was a betting man, I don't know. I think he's got it covered.
I think he's got it covered. I think he's got it covered. I am a little bit nervous though, because it's 6 seconds between them, or 6 points between the two, isn't it?
Yes, absolutely it is. 6.2 seconds between Mozza and PS Bomber. Is that what you're asking?
No, I'm asking the 6 points. What's the
6
the
points
championship
between.
spread at the minute? Let me just have a quick look.
You're the man with the data. Give us a
I
look.
know, I'm that guy. Give me just 1 sec.
Anytime, mate. Lap 42 has just begun. Mozza as he makes his way up to Eau Rouge to go through into Radion as his teammate Sprinter Giggles just hits La Source for what will be the 3rd last time of this tour of Spa-Francorchamps. It has been an absolute beauty around here. The weather has given us everything. Give us a bit of rain, give us a bit of sunshine. We love to see it. It's given us everything we could ask for and more. The track has shown who can dominate, separated the boys from the men, and now in a matter of 3 to 4 minutes time, we will be crowning what will be a champion.
Yeah, so my math was right earlier. So if Sprinter Giggles does win, does get P3, then it is his championship.
Oh my goodness,
Oh
I
my
was
God.
wrong.
Oh my God.
Oh my goodness, this changes everything. I was
Oh
wrong.
my God.
Oh my goodness, I was wrong. Everybody, sound the alarm. This is still on. He's a net P4. He needs to clear Cheetang. He needs to get within 3 seconds of PS Bomber. He's currently 4 seconds from PS Bomber. Oh my goodness.
He is currently 4 seconds. He's got no battery. Plugger is in front of him. So the wild scenes. We've done a 100% race here at Spa. There are essentially 2 laps to go as they all enter Sector 3. It's all on the line. Sprinter Giggles does need to get up to P3. We've got PS Bomber in P2. He's got a 3-second penalty though. So if they were to finish right now, PS Bomber goes down to P4.
Are you 100% certain this is the case, Thunderballs? Because I cannot get my knickers in a twist if this is false information.
So Sprinter Giggles is in front of the championship right now by 6 points. You get 25 points for a win here.
Correct.
You get 20 points for P3. That is a difference of 5 points.
Who holds the fastest lap? Is it one of the two?
No. Fastest lap, I believe,
Marzi.
is Cheetang.
It's Marzi.
Oh, it's Marzi now. So
Sprinter's into P4. He is only 3.5 seconds off of PS Bomber, which means he could potentially still claim P3 here in this race. As Plugger goes back past him, Plugger's going to play devil's advocate here and say everything is nothing when you're in a Haas as he's holding back Sprinter Giggles from a potential championship. This is going to go down to the final lap, and Mozza might not even know it.
Oh my God, I'm still going to call Mozza's final lap.
Absolutely.
You guys have to be in the background and let me know what is happening here. But as it stands right now, Cheetang has now taken PS Bomber. Oh my God.
Sprinter's within 3 seconds.
Giggles, as it stands right now, Sprinter Giggles is our champion as it stands right now.
Oh my goodness, this is unbelievable stuff. I thought it was
Oh
done
my
and dusted.
God.
Thunder has done the maths. He's checked me out. He said, "You're wrong, mate. You don't know how to do maths. I've got to give up my teaching license because I can't do it anymore." Because Mozza, who I thought was home and dry, now has a teammate hungry for the championship, and he's going to be taking P3, which is going to be enough to take the championship. Oh, mozzarella, bus stop chicane, second last time. Ranieri, I know you want this. Take it away, son.
I don't know if I can take it away because it's all set up for him to win the championship.
Oh,
but right
no.
now, Sprinter's winning the championship. So we're going to go on board. I think it is for Sprinter Giggles. I think he's the man that we have to jump on board with. Is it Sprinter Giggles?
I'm on board with Sprinter Giggles. Take us away, mate. You can make it work.
Oh my days! I can't. I can't.
It's okay.
I'm baffled.
I've got you
I'm
covered.
baffled.
Sprinter
I'll
Giggles.
take sector 3. Oh my God.
He is taking through Eau Rouge and Radion for what will be the final time around Spa-Francorchamps. The sun has come through, the heavens opened up early, but now it is a beautiful day here in Belgium. He's heading up the Kemmel Straight for the final time. It has been an absolute roller coaster of a race here in Division 1 RMPT for the final race of Season 1. This has been a beauty. We thought it was over. We thought it was done and dry. He's in P4, but it's going to be a net P3, which is going to be enough. He heads into the tough right-hander of Bruxelles here, coming towards No Name for the final time. A tough track, a tough corner, needs to keep within the track limits. If he picks up a penalty up now, it would spell disaster for the big fella. Into Pouon, the flat left-hander, big lift. He's making sure he's nowhere near the white lines. He is keeping this car under absolute control. Ranieri, you said you wanted Sector 3. It's coming up, mate, as he heads through what is the tough corners of Campus and Stavilo. Over to you, mate. Take us through to the end.
Is now coming into Sector 3. This is where it becomes more than just a lap for Sprinter Giggles. Blanchemont ahead, flat out and fearless, the kick driver. This is a driver who has fought harder battles off the track than on it. Mental health struggles, self-doubt in the championship. Days where life has hit harder than the final corner at Spa. Look at Sprinter Giggles now. Here he goes, no hesitation, bus stop chicane, hard on the brakes from over 300 kilometers an hour. This man is driving with purpose. This isn't just a hot lap. This is a championship, Sprinter Giggles. Take a bow. Our first ever champion at RMPT is FST Sprinter Giggles.
Wow, and the thoughts go out to Mozzarella. He has done
my God.
everything he can. He has done the most perfect race you could ask for. He has done whatever he could to take that championship away. But Sprinter Giggles, he has been dominant all season. He's had only one minor hiccup in Silverstone, and he has now come through and shown why he is deserving of the first ever championship here in RMPT. Wow, what a race. What an absolute ripper.
Oh my God, man.
Thunder,
Oh
talk to
my
me.
God.
Are you alive? Are you with us?
Yeah, I'm with you guys. You know, absolute cracker of a race. You know, I'm wary to say anything because there are still a couple of points post race. You know, we have the fastest lap. Anything
Oh
can
my
happen with tickets. So there, Sprinter Giggles is your driver of the day. Most overtakes is two-door fastest lap set by Hunter on the very last lap of the race. He snuck in a lap on those soft tires. And then your race winner, of course, is Mozzarella Fingers. Nobody was a clean driver today. That's interesting.
Yeah, I just noticed that. No clean drivers here in Spa, apparently. But wow. The driver of the day just helps solidify what Sprinter has done this season. What an absolute drive. What a season. As Ranieri said, there's been times where he's been a bit upset with his performance, but here he is. He can now sit on top of what is the mountain at RMPT Division 1. He is the champion. He is the benchmark. And going into next season, should we see him again, he will have the target on his back. Right, can we get
I
these boys
can't
into the
believe-
chat?
Yep.
I'm baffled here. That was something else. That was something else.
Something else is one way to describe it. I am absolutely baffled. That race could not have been more poetic, more cinematic. It was a movie. A movie is the only way to describe what I've just witnessed. Wow-wee.
I can't believe that essentially came down to the final 3 laps, and it was the 3-second penalty of PS Bomber, essentially.
Yeah, PS Bomber has essentially gifted the championship to Mr. Giggles. What a time to be alive. Wowee. We've got one in here. We're just waiting on Mozzarella and Cheedung to join the comms box in what will be one of the best interviews you've ever heard. Wow. I am baffled, speechless, astounded.
Yeah, just waiting for waiting to see if a couple of these other guys are gonna get in the comms box.
I hope we
Might
do.
shoot out a DM.
That was one of
You guys-
the
you
most
guys go through
amazing
the race
drives.
recap.
What was that? Sorry, Mr. Thunder?
You guys go through the race recap.
Oh, well, if I must, we're just there's too much to recap. There's the first stint, everything was clean, no safety cars, no VSCs, only 2 yellow flags. What it's an absolute an absolute perfect showing of what Division 1 has been all season. It has been beautiful to watch as Cheedung has just jumped into the comms box with us. But it's just been perfect. This race, this season has just been cinematic from start to finish. Everyone has shown what they can do on different races. We have many race winners. We've had sprint weekends. Now we've had enduros, and it's just been beautiful start to finish.
That is a 1-point championship win as it stands provisionally right now. 1 point.
Wow.
If all it, and the one thing that we have to remember, right, is Sprinter had to do a lot. He was essentially at the back of the pack. He had to do so much, and he had to do it cleanly. No 3-second penalties. Tickets, I'm not sure, but like I don't know. I'm not going to say anything there. But it's just there was so much to do. There was a mountain on this driver's shoulders, and there was so much to do. And the last 2 laps, he did it. Like,
Yep.
That was unbelievable.
Absolutely. So I think we start off with P2, Cheedung in the Red Bull. Mate, this has been a performance that I think's been brewing for a while. In the preseason, you showed beautiful pace. You were rapid, and it just hasn't quite come together this season with incidences and whatever else. But finally, the chance to show it in the Enduro around Spa, and you have come through the P2, mate. How are we feeling?
Feeling pretty great after the race. I feel like this season I had not been like very good in qualifying. So when I went the reverse championship, this for the grid order, I would miss the opportunity to take the podium. Yeah.
Absolutely, mate. And you held firm all race. From start to finish, you looked strong. There was no points where we thought you were dropping back, and the strategy came your way too. Just talk to me. At the first couple of laps in the wet, was it trickier than you were expecting? Was it greasier for longer than maybe you were ready for?
I think it's pretty tricky to get past Hughy. He defending pretty good, I guess. And then went to the hard so I can have the medium for the attack in last fucking few lap of the race. Yeah.
Absolutely, mate. Ranieri, over to you, mate. What do you got for Mr. Chi?
Che, mate, I don't actually have any questions for you. All I want to tell you is you are one of the quickest drivers that I've had the pleasure of racing. You've just been incredibly unlucky this season. And I really, really hope that your luck turns around next season here, mate, because you are a pleasure to watch. And I know how hard you race, mate. And yeah, you deserve it. So well done. Well done on the podium.
Thank you. Thank you.
No worries, mate. Who are we moving on to next? Who
All
is
right.
the next driver we are moving on to?
We're getting a party in here at the moment. We're going to move on to P1. Mozzarella fingers, and he's just left. And what is going on? People are in and out of this comms box like a rotating door.
He's currently having microphone troubles at the minute.
Oh, I see. Well, I really hope
We can hear him, but I don't know if he knows we can hear him.
we can hear him, but he doesn't know if he can't hear us. Is that what's happening here?
I think that's maybe what's happening. He just muted himself.
Let's give him 10 seconds because I want to come to the man of the moment last. I don't want to spoil the moment before by having to cut to Mozza afterwards. So let's give him a moment to try and fix that out. Another quick congratulations to Cheetang, mate. Absolute ripper race. Thunder, now you're back in here. Is there anything you'd like to ask Mr. Chi while we wait for Mozza to see how he fixes his issues?
Yeah, actually, yeah. Like Chi, phenomenal race there today at Spa. Is it fair to say you struggled throughout the season? Like you had a really strong preseason, with the evaluation races and everything else, and then it was like you just couldn't find rhythm on the track. Are you overall happy with how you ended season one tonight in Spa? Good chat, Chi. Good chat.
He's on mute. He might have disappeared after he finished the questions with
possibly.
us, which would be fair enough. Mozzarella Fingers, are you with us, my friend? Can you hear us?
Yes, I can.
Oh man, that
man.
breaks my heart. It actually breaks my Mozza, you have done an absolutely outstanding job this race. You have done everything and more than what you possibly could have all race long. You chewed through the field early. You took the lead. You never looked back. Made zero mistakes. No penalties. Mate, I've just got to say, congratulations on a fantastic race and a fantastic season. And I hate to ask the questions, but please tell us what's going through the mind.
I did throw my controller across the room. Of course, congratulations to Sprinter for the win. If you can't tell, I am not in the best of moods at the moment. Heartbroken, didn't win, but it was close. 1 point. I needed the fastest lap if he was going to get P3. Didn't end up getting it. Hunter got that in the end. Congrats to Cheetang on the P3, I think it was P2 or P3, P2, because PS Bomber with his pens. Honestly, if PS Bomber can get that removed, fucking great, please do, because that'll be 1.3 seconds he gains back. But yeah, I wanted to join, just say a few words. Thanks to you guys for commentating. I'll watch it back, make sure I have a good laugh as well, because I know you guys would have. Yeah, congratulations to Sprinter. Was last on lap 2. Had everything going wrong. I was in there. He said he wanted to DNF at 1 point, and I said it's lap 5. Stay out, see what happens. You may as well actually win this. And lo and behold, he's won it. And honestly, couldn't be prouder. Teammate for the whole season. Hadn't talked to him since Brazil when we decided we didn't like each other anymore and crashed into each other in qualifying. He's had a great season. I think it was 3 wins to my 2, but I did have 4 podiums, so I did get him on that end. I would have had him on the podiums end of things. But yeah, it was a great season. Great thing. Obviously, join. Don't be a sore loser. Because yeah, that doesn't really help your image for people. But then again, I did everything I could. Didn't turn out the way I wanted it to, and Sprinter took it away in the end.
Mate, that is, look, humble in defeat. And like you said, you've done everything you can. It truly does break my heart, mate. But it does give you that goal for next season, because I have zero doubts that next season you'll be back a stronger, quicker man, looking to top the mountain. So I'm going to throw it to Thunder next. Thunder, what do you got for Mr. Mozzarella?
Oh, my fellow Adelaidean, mate. I was hoping you'd take home the big dub today. I was, on stream saying, oh, man, I might have to hand deliver a trophy. But I made a promise to you, man. Like, if you won the championship, I'd take you out for TGI Fridays. We'd have a few drinks, have a bit of a meetup. Look, you didn't win, but I'm still happy to take you out, brother. Like, I get it. It's a 1 point loss, but I will say from a league perspective, man, that was a very tight championship. And you were teammates. And you guys managed to keep it clean throughout the entire season with each other. And that's something to be proud of. So P2 in the championship, you won several races here. So no doubt, man, you have fantastic drive. I understand that you're heartbroken, and you get so close to that championship. I too have been in your shoes. After 20 races, mine was 3 points. So I get it, man. It's a tough pill to swallow, but you got to keep your head high and look forward onto what the future may bring. So stay in there, and I want to see you back in RMPT for season 2 and the F2s. So, you looking forward to the F2s at all?
Yep, can't wait to dish it out in the F2s. I know there are a couple people in the F2 cars that are much, much faster than I am, but it is a learning experience, and it's just to have fun. But yeah, I can't wait.
Awesome, man. That'll be really good to see you out there on track. And yeah, that's all I've got for you. What about you, Prancer?
Mozart, I want to take a little bit of a different turn. Like you've shown incredible courage this season. Like not only as a driver, yeah, but as a person. We've seen you. I've personally seen you grow from a kid to a young adult now, and I know it's been 6 weeks, but what you do for us at RMPT, coming in for comms, helping, and everything that you do just shows who you are as a person. And after everything you've fought through on the track, and I guess within yourself, man, like what does that actually mean to you to know that you made it this far? Like, what are you most proud of tonight? Let's not talk about the bad stuff that you lost by a point. Let's talk about the good stuff. What are you proud of yourself tonight?
Oh, normally I don't talk about myself much. I talk about everyone else. I guess that's just the commentator in me, giving everyone else credit for all they've done. I don't think I've once talked about myself on the podium at all. Maybe just I've done well, but honestly, this season I'm pretty happy with how I've gone. I did think I was a bit quick, but I've shown today that I well and truly have improved. I the first race of the season did not go well for me in the slightest. Got wing damage. Didn't have the best of starts to the season. Pulled it back in Saudi with. Hang on. All right, we got to go from round one. What was the season again? I can't remember all these races. It's only been 6, and I don't even remember them.
So it was
God.
Right,
Jeddah.
calendar. I've got them. Right, so Brazil. Great ending there. P3, first podium at RMPT. It was a great race. I enjoyed it a lot. I loved watching it back and seeing you guys absolutely lose your minds over F7 and Sprinter going at it on the final lap. I was just sitting there waiting for one of them to absolutely cark the other one into a wall. But it didn't happen. F7 got that in the end. Jeddah, I love Jeddah. I just wasn't able to catch Sprinter in time, but my tyres were on point, and I enjoyed that race a lot. Especially even with the battles with Tudor. He he basically let me pass today. I got most people on the straight while I was on my hards. Then the sprint at Silverstone fighting with Jerabot, the man who was in Div 2 at the start of the season, has pushed his way up to the top and is, I believe, reserving Titans tomorrow, which is absolutely incredible for him. He did a lot. I managed to sneak in P2 behind him after Sprinter had a bit of a skill issue. And then Coda. Coda was absolutely phenomenal from myself, getting all the way up. Did pretty much the same thing I did in Rapid. Got the win by about 4 to 5 seconds. Sprinter was in P2 or P3, and Tudor was just there chilling and making things happen for himself. But I think Spa, I've done the most, to honestly. Perfect start. Loved the wet conditions. Made up 3 places on the first lap. Got it all the way up to P4, I believe, before pit stops happened. I was cruising, and then lap 4 it decided it wanted to be dry again, and then I cursed Thunderbolts. Then
Oh, I
we
love
went
it.
from
I love it.
yeah,
I love
and then
it,
I
Moz.
went to dry, and I decided to go medium hard because I did not trust myself with tire wear. And rightfully so. My tires probably would have died if I stayed out on them like everyone else did. But I ended up with a 10-second gap at the end. Husey did not have a very nice time of things. Unlucky for him, started P1, finished, I believe, just outside the top 10 or just inside the top 10 with his 12 seconds worth of time penalties. But it was a great race. I've had a great season, and I will definitely be back for more. Thank you, lads.
Awesome. Thank you very much,
Absolutely, mate.
Muzza. And yeah, we're looking forward to it, man. Like you've improved heaps this season, and like Prancer said, you've grown as a person, and it's been absolutely beautiful to see. And thank you for being here. Now,
Before I let you take it to Sprinter or whoever's next, Div 2 tomorrow, Saturday, me and Ranieri in the comms box. Watch that.
Oh, that's going to be chaos.
Absolutely.
that's going
That's
to be
going to be
chaos.
chaos. All right, Sprinter, you've waited patiently for 4.5 hours. It's time. It is time.
All right, here we go.
It is
Sprinter
time.
Giggles, you are the provisional champion here in Division One. It's something when you realized you could put your eye on the prize, you might have a shot at. Here it is, 6 races down, 7 if you count the sprint. Each race has been a battle, and you've done really well. Congratulations. You finished P3 on track today here at the 100% reverse grid spa, but P1 in the championship. Congratulations, Sprinter Giggles. How do you feel?
Oh, I'm shocked. First thing I want to say is I'm so sorry, Mozza. You were leading like pretty much the whole race, and then I just swooped on by because of people's penalties. I know you're really hurt, but I know you'll probably get me next season because you had a very good end of the season this season. I just had a good start, and I know that you'll be better next season. So I'm sorry for taking your championship.
Well,
He's very apologetic for a man that really wanted it so bad. He's very apologetic, but you got to feel good. You know there were some questionable things that happened at the beginning of Spa, and you turned it around really in those last 10, 15 laps. You know, when it was, I think about lap 8, maybe lap 10, where you ended up back down at the bottom of the grid. How did you manage to stay out of your head and not give up?
I actually gave up. It was Mozza that brought me back into the race. He was.
Oh, you owe him a beer. You owe him a drink, mate. He forced you to stay into the race and gave you the championship. What a lad.
wow.
But yeah,
I can't believe it.
Sprinter, firstly, congratulations, mate. Like that race has me absolutely speechless. Just from the start to end, I thought that your teammate had it, home and hosed, but you've just absolutely kept the foot in, kept the brain going with the help of a teammate. I suppose I'm going to take a slightly different approach here. I'm going to obviously say congratulations on the championship, first ever in RMPT history. And that is something you should be absolutely proud of. But please, just give us, 4 sentences on what it means to have a teammate who has that belief in you.
Oh, it's absolutely amazing to have a teammate like so good. Our relationship didn't start so good at Brazil, where we had a bit of conflict. But as soon as we started getting in the VCs together, we were able to work together, and we realized that we actually work well together, and we both have similar pace, so that was good. We secured I don't know if we secured 2 1-2s, but I know we secured 2 double podiums as soon as we started doing VCs. So it's just amazing to have such a good teammate.
Absolutely, mate. And it's fantastic. Again, just touching on that community that we've got here. It's just amazing to hear the camaraderie we have within teams and within the grid. So, again, mate, I'm going to say a huge congratulations on being the first ever RMPT champion. It's got to feel good. I'll put the provisional asterisk on it, but you've done everything you can now, mate. You've put in an absolutely fantastic recovery drive, I'll call it in the end. Started going from back to front to back to front. Well done, mate. And a massive congrats to you. Mr. Ranieri, Prancer Man, I'll throw it your way.
Oh, Sprinter. Oh, Sprinter. I am so proud of you and what you did in that race. Like, I to be honest, I was heartbroken for Mozza, but I couldn't be happier that you won it. So I was so torn because I was so happy that both of you were in contention that it almost didn't matter who won. But there's a saying that a certain sensei taught me, and the saying goes, "Pace wins races, mentality wins championships." And I just want to congratulate you at your age to have the mentality to fight off all the heartache that came your way throughout the season. The drivers that were out to get you, because you were the one to watch, you and Mozza. So the drivers were out to get you both. I just want to know, what was the biggest learning that you learnt this season about yourself on track?
Patience. I feel like I got a bit too aggressive sometimes, and I've seen in Silverstone where I went for a move on Jerry Butt where there was absolutely no gap, spun my car around, like closed the championship gap by I don't know how much, by like 20, just from one stupid mistake. But I learnt from that mistake, and every other race from that, I would make sure to be patient with my moves and just keep it clean for the rest of the races.
Man, you couldn't have said it better. And one thing that I have to touch on stream, and to those listening, and to the rest of the drivers that I'm sure will listen to this, we started this league to be able to help drivers. Now, it doesn't always mean about pace. There are a lot of different things that drivers need help with, and to see Moz's pace blow up, Cheetah get a podium at the end of the season, and to see that you said that the biggest learning that you took out of RMPT in the races here was patience. It just makes me so happy, bro, to have you here, and I couldn't think of a more deserving champion, man. You deserve every accolade that you get. You deserve every DM that you get. You deserve the prize. You deserve the trophy. You deserve everything. But most importantly, you deserve to be on track next season to see if you can go back to back, because there are certain drivers that I think will be doing a bit of practice, if you know what I'm saying.
Yep, it's just certain drivers.
Yeah, I wish you nothing but the best for your exams, mate, and for everything going on in your real world. You are once again a superstar. You are our champion, and you deserve it. So, well done, man.
Thank you, all of you guys.
Thank you, Sprinter.
Go
All right,
crack the
Tyrone.
fictional champagne, mate. Go
Yeah.
go crack it.
Crack an orange juice, Habib.
Yeah, the orange juice.
You gotta get that parental approval.
Yeah.
But anyways, Tyrone, thank you for hopping in the comms box with me tonight. Ranieri, unfortunate about your DNF, but thank you for hopping in for a cheeky, post DNF interview, which then turned into a three-way comms, which was pretty awesome to have tonight. Everybody watching the stream, thank you all for watching this season. We appreciate you here. Stay tuned, because tomorrow night we see the Titans wrap up their season. Again, same race, 100% Spa. What's going to happen with the weather? I don't know. That's a lie. I'm one of the two people that know. But nobody else knows. And then on Saturday, we're going to see Division 2 with the same thing, wrapping it up here at Spa. Reverse grids, both of those races. We appreciate y'all. Tyrone, absolute pleasure. Wild race to call for 100% at Spa, isn't it?
Mate, I always look at Enduros and think that's going to be a long night, but this one flew by because it was just event after event, storyline after storyline. And look, there's always a winner, and there's always someone who's got to go home thinking, I've got next year in the bag. So, look, fantastic season. And look, this is season 1. Season 1. Remember that. Next season's going to be bigger, better, fantastic stuff on the horizon. I cannot wait.
That's it. And you're going to see some new additions here at RMPT, and more on those announcements to come. We'll find out. But like I wrap up every stream, mental health matters, physical health matters, you matter. So if you're feeling down or if you're hurt, please reach out, go see somebody, go talk to somebody. You might be overwhelmed with the responses you're given. So thank you for watching. You take care and have a good night.